Where the hell you been?
Nova Claudia. Between the VSOP and that tongue lashing, I passed out, but I got here as soon as I could.
And I know you could be in trouble, right?
Where to the goddamn motel?
Delroy and them got killed. They cut off their dicks, man. They cut off their dicks, man.
About?
Mexicans, they cut off their dicks. Delroy and my little cousin, man.
They cut their dicks off, you shit.
Here, talk to me. Jerome!
Louis! Hey, where the bitches at? It's supposed to be titties. Where the fucking titties and the bitches?
Louis! Where the bitches at? Where the bitches at? Yo, fucking, I love Jerome. He kind of took my words though. That's kind of like my fucking words he be saying. But yo, season 2 of Snowfall is amazing. That shit was pretty good. You know, Franklin Saint going to jail and shit, and you know Louis have to talk to Reed to get him out of jail, and then Franklin at the end figuring it out that technically Reed Thompson might not be a big-time drug dealer. Like, he actually might be working for the government, and I love that because the one thing about Franklin I grown to, like, start to like about him is that he's starting to show, like, this dark side, and I like it. I really started to like it because I told you back in season 1, I'm like, nah, he a little bit of a bitch. Like, he doing this bitch shit, like, nah, I'm not down with this, but it's like I'm starting to see some things, and I'm like, yo, I'm very impressed by it. Very impressed by it, right? Now there's a lot of things I could go about with this season, but man, the one thing that I was kind of like surprised off of was when Franklin killed his man Kevin, even though he didn't mean to. Like, he meant to shoot him in the leg. He didn't mean to, like, you know, kill him and stuff, because Leon was just like, yo, why'd you kill him and this and that and stuff, and he was just like, you know, I understand where Kevin's point of view was, because and he told Leon, he said, listen, you can't really trust Franklin because Franklin, he's moving differently now. Ever since, you know, this crack business started to pop up, he's moving different. He's moving funny. You need to watch out for him because you saw how Franklin throughout this season was kind of like moving sideways on his peoples and stuff because he was thinking about the business and the money aspect rather than protecting his peoples. From when Leon told him back in season 1, he was just like, you need to look out for your peoples. You know, I understand that you know, you're focusing on the business, but you need to focus on us, like the people and stuff, because we are the machine. Like, you know, we're the ones that's running the operation and stuff. You're the one that's calling the shots, but you know, we out here actually doing the heavy work and stuff. So it's like you're starting to see like this change within Franklin, and it's starting to look crazy and dark within him and stuff, because, you know, seeing how him and Javi, you know, they're cool and stuff, and you know, they're selling, well, they're doing drugs and stuff, but without them knowing, that, you know, they're working for technically the government and stuff. It's insane and stuff, right? Now, Gustava and Lucia's like relationship type thing is quite interesting, because I love how she kind of chose him over like her own brother Pedro, which was crazy. She shot and killed her own brother, and Gustavo getting stabbed. I was like, oh shit! I was like, fuck. You know, when he was like, he fought the guy and stuff, because, you know, they found out like, hey, you know, he was the one that kind of like, I forgot his fucking face, but he was responsible for killing Kevin's, I believe, his cousin. Yeah. I think Delroy. I think his cousin Delroy and stuff. Like, yo, it was crazy like how they had that fight. He stabbed him, and I'm like, yo, like, I kind of got a little bit spoiled, so it's just like I know that Gustavo was alive, but I was just like, shit. Like, when I was watching it, I was like, yo, I thought this man was gonna die, and you know, I'm thinking like, yo, him and Lucia was gonna kind of like go off and stuff, but it was kind of crazy how Pedro, you know, he was working with this DA woman. And now, because frankly, I was kind of confused, because I'm like, okay, was they actually dating, or was she just completely undercover? But I guess she was like undercover and stuff. Yo, I don't like this woman. I fucking say she was being a whole full bitch throughout this. I'm like, nah, she's just coming in like, oh, you know, we got you and this and that. I'm like, yo, you need to go somewhere. Like, I ain't like her at one bit at all and stuff. And then when she ID'd Franklin and was just like, well, you know, Franklin was the one that shot and, you know, killed Kevin and stuff, and then, you know, the whole ordeal of Franklin going to jail kind of just like, you know, blew up in Franklin's face at the end and stuff. Because I feel like throughout this season, it was like a trial, like the trials of Franklin. You know, like the things that he's gonna have to learn and to prepare himself for like the future. You know, and seeing how like his father is no longer on the streets and he's back with his moms. You know, Franklin was kind of pissed because he was like, you know, I needed you when I was little, and to learn that he was in the Black Panthers. And, you know, things kind of like fell apart and he just left his family and was on the streets. Like, Franklin just lost his shit when he was in prison. He was just like, yo, you don't need to be here. I don't want to see you. Like, get away from us, this and that and stuff. Like, that whole ordeal was insane. It was freaking insane and stuff. But, you know, I fucking love Jerome, man. I just fucking love, because it's like, okay, sidebar. If my man Mike Coulter, the guy who plays this Luke Cage, if he doesn't want to be Luke Cage anymore, get this man who plays this Jerome, get him, because he got the face, he got the voice, he just got it. That man got it, right? But you know, him and Louis kind of like relationship, like it seems like it was like on and off for like a little bit. I thought that maybe she was gonna go with like her previous woman that she was with. I thought she was gonna go with her, but it was like that for like a little bit. But I guess now she's back with, you know, Jerome and stuff, since that whole ordeal that happened between the two, which was crazy. She basically popped that shit, and you know, she kind of like fled the scenes, right? But Reed Thompson is crazy because I'm thinking that like maybe in the next season, you know, maybe something could happen between like maybe him and Franklin. Like maybe he might kind of like, because when it first happened, I believe it was either season 1. I think no, 1 or 2, where he kind of was like torturing Franklin and trying to get information out of him and be like, oh, like it was kind of like, I guess, a testing. It was like he was really testing him and stuff. But you know, all of this is gonna lead to, I guess, maybe Reed gonna eventually take down Franklin after he's done using him to fund the war. That's what I'm thinking. Like he's just gonna, because I don't really see them as being like best of fucking friends and stuff. Now, mind you, I haven't seen season 4. I am almost done with 3, but I haven't seen 4 or 5. So I don't know if they kind of like cool and they best friends or whatever, then sure. But I haven't seen this, so I don't really know if they're gonna like be friends or not and stuff. But regardless on what Reed is doing and stuff, like he's doing everything that he can and stuff. But I have this feeling that he's gonna like descend more into like the madness and stuff, because how long can you be on the job until you actually start snorting the coke? You know, you start actually crossing over the lines and stuff. And I'm like, yo, what is gonna actually happen with his character and stuff? Like, how further is he gonna go into this and stuff? Because he's been on this case for like what? I think a year now. I think he's been on this case for like a year. So it's gonna be quite interesting to see what's gonna happen with his character regarding like him and Franklin and Avi and stuff, because you know, they're his 2 big money makers and stuff, and funding like this war and stuff. So I am curious to see what's gonna happen. That cop Andrew, I don't know. At first I thought Andrew was kind of gonna be like on Franklin's side, like a cop on the inside, but it seems like he's a straight shooter. You know, it seems like, you know, I think he's a straight shooter. I don't think he's gonna like cross the line and stuff, because I thought he was back with season 1, when he was just like, oh, you know, I could help you. I could take care of that for you. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he's going to be down with Franklin, but it seems like he's not. So, you know, I'm kind of seeing a little bit of it in season 3 where it's starting to look a little spicy. Between them and stuff. But overall, this season was great. I am going to cover like season 3. I'm going to cover that shit because that shit looking crazy. But I'm going to cover that next. But season 2 was great. I can't wait to watch 4 and 5 to catch up and stuff, because I know there's a lot of fuck shit that's going on. But overall, this season was pretty good. You know, like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will catch you all in the next one.
Get the fuck out! Get back to your goddamn girlfriend!
Okay, well,
This man shit!
just find Franklin first!
Fuck Franklin!